All
All right, welcome, guys. You might be watching this as a recording. We are letting people in. We have Eli Ace jumping in, Stephanie, Steve, Jake Penny, Ryan Rivers, Ashley. All right, we got people coming in right out of the gate. There's a lot of people who've been asking for this, and it's time to get into the importance of having an audiobook and how to get it done. So, you guys are going to be able to see all kinds of different strategies that we implement now on a daily basis because we hired Peach. He goes by Don. Well, he's Don Parker, but he goes by
right.
Peach. He's our audiobook engineer. It's good to see everybody. Jake Penny, thanks for being here, man. I think you're going to take advantage of this maybe early 2025. Eli Ace is here. Get that damn book done, and then you're ready to rock and roll with an audiobook. Ryan Rivers, damn it, man, you should be implementing this for sure. This audiobook, there's a couple ways you could do it starting today by yourself if you want, or we could do it for you. But Peach is going to be showing you. How can you hate a guy named Peach? Even when I do get mad at him, how can I stay mad at him? His name is Peach,
You
right?
get mad at me? We've got to talk about this. Hey, I
Wait a
apologize.
second. He didn't respond fast enough. Oh, man. Peach. Oh, wait. His name is Peach. Shit. All right. Well, Stephanie Blair's coming in. All right. We got a lot of people coming in today. Steve, I don't know which Steve that is. Steve, you got to put your last name so I know who the hell we're talking to. Who is that? What's Steve? No? No worries. No, you don't have to show me. You're not even on camera, but I get it. All right. So we are recording this. This will be an evergreen webinar. We want to show people the real deal on how to get an audiobook done. Why is it so important? Is because the consumption of audiobooks is skyrocketing past paperback and Kindle and hardcover. So within 2 years, most people are going to be listening to books, not reading them. And you still need one done. It's a pain in the ass if you do it yourself whenever you record it. My book, I recorded mine. Well, let's give you an example. I've done 17 books myself. My first book, I had a guy do it in his voice. And, oh, there's Carmen, there's Doug. Sorry, guys, if you're in the waiting room. I had a guy do it in his voice, and it got a lot of downloads, but it was not my voice. And you want it to be your voice because the listener is going to pretty much have a relationship with you after 3 or 4 hours of listening to your voice, and it's just magical. So this my other book, $1 Million Book, I did it myself. I sat down, I spent 30 days, probably 30 hours minimum putting this thing together. Turned out okay, but it was a pain in the ass. And now with AI, you could speed up this whole entire process. You can use a couple different platforms and you need 5 or 10 minutes. I spent 10 minutes of my time doing my newest book, Never Say Die, on audio, and it's been unbelievable. More people have downloaded my audiobook than anything else. So, guys, get ready. The dude who does everything for us, like I said, is Don Parker. He's a wrestling fan. We first started off as business client relationship. He did a book called Take Your Shot. I think it's 2 years ago. We met at an AEW event. Here he is, Don Parker, the one and only audiobook guy for $1 Million Book Agency and Dream Starters Publishing. So, Don, take it from here, please.
Yeah, thank you for thank you very much for that. It was quite the intro. Yeah, I like the company so much. I'm not only in my part of the company, I'm also a client. So, yeah, thank you very much for everyone joining us here today. We're going to go over the how and why of audiobooks. So basically, according to the audio, I just want to go over some stats here on like, hey, why do I even need this? Well, according to the Audio Publishers Association, I do have links here if you need it. More than half of all Americans, around 137 million, have listened to at least one audiobook. Audiobook revenue has grew 9% in 2023. I think we should get on top of that to $2 billion, and is continuing the trend of year-on-year growth. Usually, the average American has listened to about five audiobooks. Avid listeners listen to about seven a year. And also, current audiobook consumers are also rely on digital library apps, with 46% of them saying that they've borrowed them from a like a digital library. Your local library can now rent out audiobooks. I think
Damn.
that's really cool. Yeah. Some of the benefits to audiobooks is that they're portable. I mean, same thing with your phone. You can put how many books on here. Well, now you can also put how many audiobooks on here. It's very entertainment wise, this can't be beat. Also, multitasking. I listen to audiobooks even while I'm doing the dishes. It's great. I'm doing something even while I'm doing something. It's fantastic. It builds fluency. A lot. I couldn't find any scientific data to back this up, but it seems the general consensus is that this builds fluency, and not only that, you also have the same benefits as actual hardcover paperback reading as well.
Well, I don't
Uh,
even know what fluency is, but that sounds awesome.
Familiar with words,
Okay.
getting that reps in. Think of it as very much like going to the gym, you know. Uh,
Gotcha.
yeah, you're not going to go straight into the gate immediately bench pressing 400 pounds, but you just go to the gym, you get those reps in, you start to build that fluency. You can tackle any topic that's out there. Not only it's mainly content wise, it's really what it is. It
Nice.
also assists with dyslexia. And yeah, I do also have another source on that as well.
Beautiful.
If
Yeah,
just in
so
case.
I would say most people, I'm looking at a lot of people on this list here. Doug, I think that's all right. Doug, good to see you. You have a book. I know that. Laurie, great to see you. Kelly's here. Thanks so much. Stephanie Blair. I think a lot of people either are working on a book or have a book. So let's just say you need a book done, right? That's the
Yes,
step one because you can't upload it to ACX, which is the portable or the portal to upload to Amazon until you have a book on there, Kindle or paperback. So
that's true.
getting the book done is a whole other webinar. This is basically if you have a book that's already written, first turn it into a published book on Amazon, but now you can say, "Oh, I have an audiobook. Here's the file that is associated with it." And there's two platforms that we can use for that. So let's say they come to us and they already have a book that's done. What is step one, Donnie?
Well, also want to reiterate that getting that book done is most important. It's not a podcast. It's not never-ending content. It's not a riff. It's nothing like that. This is an audio book. So that book has to be done first and foremost. It's basically my script. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have a time frame. We're gonna have a meeting, and we're gonna set the time frame and expectations. Uh, Taking this step by step in our process, uh, I use a site called it's AI. It's called 11 Labs. That's what we're going to use to generate the audiobook. Get that could take around 14 days.
And I'm gonna pull it up in the meantime here. Guys, you want to type in this 11, like spell it out, 11labs.com. Okay? This will change your life. Now I what do I spend? A couple $100 a month on this to use it. And 11labs.io. Is that what it is, Peach?
I believe so. Actually, I'll tell you what, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen.
Please do.
Okay. How are we going? Did you get this? You
Yeah,
got
there
that
we go.
PowerPoint
All
up?
right, all right.
All right. So this is basically the beginning steps of using 11 Labs. What we need from you initially is 3 to 5 30-second clips using your voice. Uh, my setup right now is just a Blue Yeti microphone and a Amazon basic stand. Nothing fancy, but you do want some higher end equipment. The better these clips are sounding, that's what your audiobook's going to sound like. I
Yeah,
wish
this
I
is
had
everything. You want
yeah,
this to sound unbelievable. If you have an unbelievable setup somewhere, use it. But if you don't,
absolutely.
and you have Peach, you sound great, right? It's not a Shure
Yeah,
SM7B with an SSL2 interface like I have, but yours sounds good enough. And there's a big difference, I would say, from those who just use a Blue Yeti without the pop filter
yeah,
and compared to what I use. Is that right?
absolutely. Do not use any other sort of microphone. Don't use the one attached to your webcam or something that came free with your computer. Something that sounds gravelly, raspy, uh, scratchy, anything like that. Because whatever you sound like, that's what the audiobook's going to sound like. Okay. And
And
that's
they will
very,
reject you. Imagine doing all this work. You're going to put hours, if you're going to do this yourself, guys, you're going to put potentially hours of work into this, and you don't want it to be rejected because it'll be a complete waste. And you're spending money
yeah,
for 11 labs.
right. So it's very important that we get good quality voice clips of you. Also, when we're on this meeting, we may need to clear something called the voice capture. I'm sure we've all done the security questions of how many bicycles are in this image, that sort of thing. For security purposes, we may need to clear that with you on 11 Labs. Okay. Then once we have that, I'm gonna use Dr. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. Dr. Diamond's audiobook here as an
Peter
example. This is
Diamond. Guys, Google
Peter
Peter
Diamond.
Diamond. This guy's a beast. Yeah, we're doing his audiobook.
Great dude, love him. Yeah, currently working on his book right now, and basically this is what we're gonna do. Chapter by chapter, I input everything here, and then I input the chapter text right here. Oh,
Okay, so
oh,
you would take your Word document, copy and paste, and pop it in. Okay.
mhm.
And then you're going to upload your sample of your voice, and then you're going to say, read me this now. And it renders, and then it
Yes.
creates these chapters like he has on the left-hand side.
So I select the voice right here, and then I generate the text, or at least the audio up here, and then it reads it. This is the really time-consuming part of the process because it's amazing, but it's not perfect. I do have to go in and I have to make sure that we're avoiding a couple of things. If paragraphs go too long, if some of the words are too complicated, abbreviations, it doesn't really like abbreviations. It tries to read the abbreviation as a word. So I try my best here to break that up. Like notice right down here with the, see if I can pronounce it here, uh, a polyprotein E. Okay. Now that's, he has it in the book as ApoE, APOE, ApoE. Okay. However, uh, trying to get 11 Labs to read that, incredibly difficult. But hey, that's where I come in. I try my best to go in there and make it, and I change the content to make it sound whatever we say. Now, that's a huge world of difference between changing the context. I never change the context. I make it say what it's in the book as if a normal human actor was reading it, but we do not at all change the context. 100% super important that I lay that down. Uh, it also doesn't like numbers, too long of a number.
Yeah, like
Uh,
imagine if you say a million, right?
yeah,
It's if you put up 1,000,000,000, like it has trouble reading numbers. AI will get smarter as time goes on for sure, but it does struggle with that. And so it'll read it in a very weird way, which means you will have to go in, you'll listen to it, and then make the manual adjustment directly. And that's where you come in, Peach.
that's where I come in. That's big important. Yeah, 1 million comes across as 1,000,000. No,
Yeah, not good.
no, we're not doing that. Also, I do this I listen to it paragraph by paragraph just to make sure that we avoid any of the AI demons, make sure that there's no groaning, no repeated words, stuttering. It does that. It's rare, but it still does that. And we try our best to actually we do everything we can to avoid that. We make sure that the final product is magnifique. All right.
Very nice.
Next, when the audiobook's all generated, now I know what you're thinking. Well, how come we can't just put the whole thing up uh on 11, no, actually not 11 Labs, I'm sorry. How come we don't put the whole thing up on Authors Republic or ACX or anything like that? We're like, well, these are all the requirements needed to get a audiobook up on ACX or Authors Republic.
Yep.
It's
So
a
just to
lot.
clarify, so people can follow along, you're going to upload your voice to 11 Labs. You're going to go through that process. You're going to get multiple files. Those files are going to be in your voice sounding really good.
Mhm.
However, audiobook platforms like ACX, which is actually Audible, ACX and Audible, one and the same. Remember that. Amazon owns Audible. The way to upload to Audible is ACX. They have requirements. They don't piss around with bullshit, all right? So
Absolutely not.
you
No,
need high quality, like the volume has to be dead set. There can't be any pops, there can't be anything. Now, AI is not going to make it perfect. Now, this is when you have to give it to an audio engineer and that's why they're going to say, "Oh, okay, well we need to make sure that the 192 kbps or higher. It has to be a 44.1 kilohertz." I don't know what any of that shit means, but I give it
no.
to an audio engineer on Fiverr and he does it for me. Right,
Yeah,
Peach?
that's right. It's part of the process, and it's super important that we don't get your audiobook kicked back to us for a reason like this. It's super like we have to go over this. So that's why we have to send it out to Fiverr for mixing, mastering, and editing.
roughly 400 bucks for a 30,000 word book. And usually, if it's like 3 to 4 hours, that's how much it costs if you want to give an idea. But don't
Right.
do this. Hire an engineer that does it. Easy to find on Fiverr.
Right. Absolutely. Next slide here is so we have the audiobook back from Authors Republic. I'm sorry, from Fiverr. It's nice, it's clean, it's ready to go. Now we also need you to step back here into the process. We like to use Authors Republic. We can use ACX, but think of Authors Republic as like a podcast, like an RSS feed. We upload it to one spot and then it goes out everywhere.
Like a
Okay.
Buzzsprout, guys. That's the best way to put it. If you ever heard of
Buzzsprout,
Buzzsprout, you put it there and it goes out to Spotify and iTunes and everywhere else there's podcasts. Authors Republic is that for audiobooks.
yeah, and it's fantastic. It's very I haven't had an issue with it. We've had a couple of bounce backs, but it's not nothing catastrophic. It's like anytime I had an issue is usually with the cover image, and
Okay.
that takes about a day to.
Yeah, and just to clarify there, if you're going to use 11 Labs, it is strongly recommended you use Authors Republic. We have a client right now who said, I don't want it to be on Authors Republic and I'll read it myself. Oh, okay. Cool. Then you could just go straight to ACX and it'll just be on Amazon. Amazon, though, is very strict on what they allow, and they're trying to stop AI books. But when you upload it to a third party like Authors Republic, they have the filtering process. They have a lot more standing than the average person, so they can get books approved on Amazon ACX for you through their portal, not through yours. I hope that makes sense. So if you're using AI book, please use Authors Republic. It's amazing. I'm happy with it, and that's what I've used for my book.
Yeah. I feel like this using Authors Republic is much better just because you put your book to way more other different real retailers than just Audible. I know Audible's the big one. We want to be on Audible, but with Authors Republic, you get to be put on Chirp, which is fastly growing. You got iTunes, you have Barnes and Noble, you have all these different you have around 40 different online retailers to reach out to people. And that was the point of why you wrote a book, to get your story out to people. Same reason why we're doing an audiobook. You want your story out to people. Uh, so when we do Authors Republic, they require these three things. So usually a W-9 form, a government issued photo ID, and an email attached to a PayPal. Now, I understand that the PayPal thing is a deal breaker for a lot of people, but I feel like you get a lot of benefits in return with Authors Republic, and it's usually now it's a 70% royalty you get on that, but up until I believe they had a sale. I was looking at well, like a promotion uh, for the next few weeks, you get 80% of royalties. So, but that's all the slides that I have. Um, but the whole process would take generating the book in 11 labs. Let me go back here. Generating the audiobook in 11 labs takes about 14 days. Getting it cleaned up on Fiverr takes about 10 days. Now, I also want to talk about Authors Republic, up to 60 days. What does that mean? Each online retailer they have their own guidelines that they need to clear. Uh, so each site could take up to 60 days. Some sites can get us cleared in 10 days. Audible takes about 2 3 weeks, maybe even up to a month. But I say the whole process, if everything goes smoothly, could take about 3 months to
Yeah.
get an audiobook done. And you just have to sit back and coast, minimal input. I say that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, beautiful. And so, a question that we get consistently, and I want to bring this up, is pricing. Who the hell sets the price? So, Peach, man, we are just dealing with a group text message today. Do you want to answer
Mhm.
that question?
Of pricing?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so right now we were looking at audiobooks to be around $2,500.
No, wait,
Uh,
no.
excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh,
Pricing
whoa.
on Amazon or so who sets the price for your audiobook? This is a question that Melanie was asking us earlier today. Remember?
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So give you an idea, guys, that when you put your book up, if you have a book that's already up there, um, you think you're like, oh, let me just set it for $20. You don't have that much control on Amazon. So how does it
Yeah.
work?
So usually we set up the audiobook as 9.99 on Authors Republic. If you want to go a little higher than that, that's okay, but nothing much higher than that. That's usually the standard price of audiobooks. Is about 13 to $18. That's a good range for it. You can check Audible yourself or iTunes, Barnes and Noble. That's usually the standard going price for that. Now, each online retailer, they could say like, "Oh, we're just going to change the price by a few dollars." That's that's their requirements, but that's usually the range,
Yeah.
13 to $18.
Yep. So time wise, if you're going to upload directly to ACX, let's say you don't listen to this webinar and you do it on your own, you record it yourself, you upload it through ACX.com, you can upload your own books. They are going to price it based off of the time length of your book. But when you go to Authors Republic, you say, what do I want to price it for? $9.99 is what we recommend to our clients. And whenever you put it there, it goes everywhere, like Barnes and Nobles and Chirp and all that. You can now make a profit that you set. Amazon holds all the weight. 78% of all books purchased in the world are purchased through Amazon. But if you go elsewhere, which I think Chirp and places like audiobooks.com, that's growing. So
Yeah,
you can set the price on there. We recommend 9.99, and I think the royalty split is right around, what'd you say, 50 or 70%?
70. Yeah, I'd say
70%.
70.
So wait, 70% you, 30% them. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's a big question. You own this book. You could do whatever you want with it. And I would love to. Oh, and so what does this cost for you guys to do it? If you were to do it on your own and you spent the money for 11 labs and Fiverr and the time, I'm thinking that it would probably cost you a ballpark, and I'm just throwing it out there, 700 bucks, $800. That's what I'm thinking it cost. Do you agree with that, Peach? Do you think it's right around there? It's like 350 bucks for 11 labs, depending on the size of the book, plus the engineer. Do you think it's right around that much?
I'd say it's around that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why if you guys want us to do it, we have to look at your book first. And so, Peach, if you want to explain it or if you want me to, what would you like?
I think you take it. You
Yeah.
take it away on that.
So
Yeah.
if you want us to do it, there's a guy named Pate on this call. I know he's interested and he has a shorter book. Okay. So, Pate, awesome. You're a bestseller this week, by the way. Congratulations. I think you were 366. Nice job, dude. Anyways, his book is shorter. That saves a lot of money for 11 labs. That saves a lot of money for the engineer, and that saves our time for us to go through there. So, on average, the typical person who comes to us spends $2,500 for an audiobook. That's usually 30 days worth of work and then 60 days worth of waiting, which means if there's an issue, we're there, we fix it, and all that. So, we're still involved in this process probably for 90 days. So, it's like a relationship. And that's why it takes a little bit of time on our part, not only in the beginning, but to make sure it gets across the finish line. So if
Yes.
you're out there and you say you have a book that's 30,000 words or less, I'm going to give you a ballpark price of 2,500. If you take advantage of it within this week, right? Starting today up until next Friday, Black Friday deal, we're able to do books at 2,000 bucks a pop. Okay? Now, if your book is less than 30,000 words by a lot, and I think Pate, you're right around 15,000, somewhere 18,000, I'm going to be able to work a better deal for you. I don't want to give you an exact price, so because you're a client, it's a little bit different. This is recorded, but I'll message you afterwards, Pate. So just so you know, I think you're still on.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I appreciate it.
yeah, so 12, just so you know, it'd be a big difference for price. So we'll be able to do it at a much better price. And you're a repeat client, just so you know.
True. Yeah.
So 12,000 words. Yeah, that is Ashley. Ashley chimed in. Well done. But yeah, so if you want to do it yourself, it's going to cost roughly 800 bucks. If you want us to do it, we are able to do it for 2,000. Peach is involved for 90% of it, and every once in a while I get involved for 5 or 10%. And Ashley Palmer's on this call too. She handles a lot of the nonsense I don't want to deal with. So Ashley Palmer's the project manager. But I'm in Pittsburgh. Ashley's in Pittsburgh. Peach is in Pittsburgh. We're all Pittsburgh based. And it's pretty simple from there on out. I recommend no matter who you are, number one, get a book done, but get
Yes.
this damn audiobook done because more people are consuming that than ever before. So I'd love to open it up for questions. We have Anne and Priya. Good to see you. I thought we had Nina come on. Is she on this? Nina's here. Laura Barkman is here. Thanks so much for clicking on. I love when people have the courage to turn on the video camera like Ryan Rivers. Ryan Rivers is here. Good to see you, man. I don't know if you're probably taking note of all this. Your book is already done. You're a bestseller. What the hell?
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you.
What's up, Lori?
Hey, and also representing from Pittsburgh. So yay, go Steelers.
Nice, nice. Yesterday they got destroyed by a 3-8 team. What happened there? Or
It was
no,
snowing.
they were 3-7. Yeah.
Distracted. Yeah, no, we'll discount that. So my book is in the world. I launched it in 2023. And I just did a quick Google search. I don't know how many words, but it's about 300 pages. So Google said that's over 80,000 words. Does that sound about right?
Yes. Yeah. Is it a 6x9?
Yeah.
So if it's 6x9 right here, just give you an idea. This right here, Ashley, if you can give me an idea on what optimize your life is, I would probably, this is 58 pages. I'm going to ballpark this is right around a 33,000 word book.
Okay.
So
So the question about I mean, that's okay. We can kind of talk offline about that. The real question is for numbers and data tables and things like that, where I have charts,
yeah.
a little bit of a picture. So maybe this is a question for you or a question for Peach. How does that get adapted or modified in that Word document? And
Great
in
question.
the AI and then the AI speaking.
Great question. So in my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion, and then Peach can give you his. In my opinion, if there's certain things that you reference, you say in chart this, you see this, but you never have AI read the chart itself. It
No.
is insane. It's so scary what happens when it starts doing that. So you say, see a picture of this, see that, but then you can make the adjustment in the audiobook. This is only available for the print version, so please see chart here, right? So you reference it, but you never showcase. You would just go through, delete every chart. So Peach, do you agree with my philosophy, or what do you say about that?
No, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, that's the AI demons would definitely come out for that for sure. A lot it wouldn't know how to process that, to be honest.
Is
Yeah.
that part of
And
your service, Peach, that when you go through and help authors set up the audiobook, that you would go through the Word document and kind of scan for that type of thing?
yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's the one that gets it to sound good. And so when he goes through, it's a Word document. He has carte blanche to just delete that chart.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. And so, Peach, do you want to put your calendar link down below? Therefore,
Cool.
she could actually if you said 2023, do you have the Word document, Laurie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you have the Word document, you would send it to him. He'll take a look at it. He'll give you the exact time frame and price. I say roughly time frame because we always say it's 90 days, but if it's 80,000 words, right now you're doing a book for Tim Lyons. How many pages is that, and how many words do
Ooh.
you think?
I could pull it up for you real quick. I do have everything.
It's right around there, Laurie. So we're not unfamiliar with those size books. It's a little bit more involved. So when I message
Yeah.
Peach, he's knee deep in AI demons. That's the phrase.
Can I
Well,
chime in real quick about the word count?
Yeah. So this is Ashley Palmer, project manager of Dream Starters. You could just turn on your camera, or you just want to go audio.
Just gonna do audio for now, but I just wanted to chime in real quick about the word count. So it's mostly dependent on formatting. So like, if you have like our standard Arial 1.5 spacing, 300 pages is going to be significantly less than if you have a Times New Roman 1 point spacing. So word count can really, really vary. 300-page book could be, 40,000 words, or it can be 80,000 words. But I am sending you an email right now, so you can pop the Word document over to me and I can check the word count for you.
Okay. Thank you. I need to sign off, but I really appreciate today's call and I'll definitely follow up. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Laurie.
awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
What up, Eli? You there, man? You have a question too?
Yeah, I'm here. I
What's
just
up,
want to
bro?
know the next process.
Yeah,
I have
because
a question. My mom wrote a book, but she wrote it in Russian. And I'm like, she always wanted to do an audiobook, but it's like, yeah, it's so hard because it's a different language and I can't really help her.
Yeah, so we can get it translated through Fiverr, right? You can go to Fiverr, get it translated. It's always a little bit tough. You could probably do it in AI and get it close. I don't know how many words it is, but
Yeah, like I can hear it and understand, but when she listens to it, she hears the mistakes. I don't.
got it, got it, got it.
Hmm.
Yes.
So I guess
So,
Fiverr would be
yep. So what you can do, are you talking about turning it into an audiobook in Russian?
yes for her. I mean, it would be nice in English too. That would work. So that way she has an audiobook in English. But the thing is, she has to translate the whole book with ChatGPT
Yeah.
or somehow. Like the whole point is she's trying to get her grandkids to understand or listen to it, but all of them speak English, so it's really hard.
Yeah, so what I recommend is first do it in Russian. If the book is in Russian on Amazon, right? So if I went to Amazon, would I find it there?
No, she just self-published.
So it's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere. She just basically did it on her
All
own.
right, then you need to go to you would upload it through Authors Republic, and it's good to go. It just probably will get rejected from Amazon until there's a book there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
So
I have the PDF version. It's in Russian, and I use ChatGPT sometimes to get certain stories to read to my kids. But it's been really interesting journey.
yeah, the I would so to do the in Russian, get her to do a couple clips of her speaking, and then you would. I mean, AIs can do it in
Yeah.
Russian, just so you know. But the only
We
way is
want it in English though. Like that's the ultimate goal.
yeah, so in order for that to happen, you'd want to we'd get the file, we'd go to a Russian translator, we would translate it back into English, then you would take that English, upload it to Amazon, then give it to Peach. Peach would then do everything in English and then do everything through Authors Republic.
Or like, what if, like, for instance, through you guys, if you basically have ChatGPT translate it, or at least we translated it through ChatGPT, kind of read through it, makes sense, and then your people that actually write the book will like be able to grammarly put it into like make sure it makes sense, and then
Yeah.
from that point really be from your it would be an English version from your uh publishing.
Yeah, we could. It's just that's still probably a little bit extra work, like just because I don't trust ChatGPT with a translation from Russian to
Yeah,
English just yet.
it would be
So
like instead of you having my mom talk on a Zoom call, you have her book translated through ChatGPT in a sense. So that way it still goes through the whole funnel of making a book, but it just you have the ability to see what she's saying using AI because you on a Zoom call with her, you wouldn't get anything out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley, do you want to put your link down below? There's probably something we could do there. I still recommend getting a translator, but that's an extra cost. I just want to do things the right way to make sure it's dead on. But Ashley, do you have any ideas on that? Yeah, there it is. Eli, if you want to schedule with Ashley, she kind of handles all those weird type of projects that are like a little bit left center field. So
Mm.
she could probably get it across the finish line with a couple different options based off of your price, time frame, and what you really want in the end goal.
Mm.
So I still recommend using AI as much as possible. I just don't trust it with translations just yet. That's all.
No, I'm saying
It
like
could,
if we took the book and translated it AI and confirmed it with our community, make sure that it sounds right.
oh, then hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then to give you the whole transcript that through that kind of like, hey, we listened to this. This makes sense. And then your publishers actually kind of go through it and clean it up to make it more, you know.
Yeah, that could be done. You give us the file in English and you're
Yeah,
content with it, and then we just do a little bit of cleaning up. Oh,
yeah,
that could be done for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Solid.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
talk to her.
Yeah, Ashley's schedule right there, the link. Ryan, you've been sitting there nice and quiet. Man, you got any questions there, buddy? Okay. Cool. I mean, your book, you could probably do all this if you have a good microphone and whatnot. Pretty simple. Um, but the hard part is if there's an issue within 11 labs. And so, Peach, how long did it take for you to get comfortable with 11 labs?
It took me about 2 books, so 20 to 30 hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be really comfortable with it. And then they just changed it. They changed it about 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, it's just constantly updating. So that's why he was Ashley's assistant, but audiobooks are way more time consuming than you think. You know what I mean? Like, oh, AI is the way to go. Yes, it is for sure, no doubt about it, but somebody still needs to manage it. I'm sure the robots will be able to read our minds soon enough and do everything without us, but I just can't wait for our robot to walk the dog. That's really what I want. I don't think we're going to see that for a while, but I mean, I like taking him for a walk, but I had a book meeting that was 3.5 hours today, and the dog was starting to give me the eyes. It's like, hey, we got to go. We got to go. So I'm like, juggling two things. So robots for dog walking. Um, any questions? Stephanie Blair, you're here. Do you have any questions at all? iPhone. Oh, I hate when I see no name because I'm like, I can't call you out. But Jeff Bell, you have any questions on how to get this done? Dave Corey, he's doing an ebook, and I believe very soon in the future you're going to do a full book. So, do you have any questions,
right.
man?
All right. I think I'm good at this point. I'm in the editing phase, and we should be ready to roll probably in a few weeks.
Nice. Okay. Good deal. All right, man. Yeah. If you have questions regarding because you're ready to publish, right? You're talking about almost.
I caught wind of you guys last week. I'm a Pittsburgher here too, so yeah.
Nice.
So,
any relation to J Bell at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
I used to get that a lot. But no.
I bet you did in the 90s. Yeah, that would have been. I would have said yeah if a girl was asking me.
But I'll definitely be
no
reaching
doubt.
out to you guys here.
Cool. Yeah, we're all in Pittsburgh. Rob's on the call too. He's in Pittsburgh. He's more so on the lead marketing side. But yeah, we're a Pittsburgh company. It's really weird to say that. When I first started this, I thought I was going to be the only one working in Pittsburgh, and there's going to be virtual assistants everywhere. Turns out we created this hub. So we're here for you, man, if you need help with any of this, okay?
Cool. Thanks, brother.
Dave Corey. Yeah, Dave, you're muted.
Say, go Cleveland.
No.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Yeah,
That's
you're
a joke.
Ohio.
I'm just kidding. I am Ohio, but I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. So give me grace, right? It's all good stuff. No, hey, I'm really excited about just creating content, especially for the generation behind me, man. Super excited for that. So my question is I've always used Audible for audiobooks. That's the only app I've ever used. Are there others? Are there others that are more popular with or audiobooks? Are there other apps that are more popular with the younger crowd, where they consume this type of material? Because as you know, my books are going to be more like booklets, little collections of booklets that are quick reads. They're not designed to sit down and take 2 weeks to read, but they're designed for a week at most to be able to get through and read.
Good
right?
question.
So,
Peach, first off, do you know anything that's even coming close to Audible? So, Dave, I don't know if you were on for it, but ACX is the portal to upload to Audible. All right. Amazon owns Audible. ACX is where you go for that. So, I believe it's crushing as number one, but I've been hearing through the grapevine companies like Chirp and other ones like that are coming up. So, Peach, did you find anything like that it's like pretty close for even? I mean, Spotify offers them, iTunes offers them. I listen to a lot
Mike,
of
I just found your
audiobooks.
book on iTunes. I didn't. Once he said it goes to iTunes, I just downloaded it right off the bat.
There you go. There you go. See, it's on iTunes. See, I personally want as many people to download as possible. The reason why is because I look at books as lead magnets. There's call to actions through there. I want you to hear my voice. I want you to fall in love with me and the message, and then eventually let's work together somewhere. So I don't want it just one platform. I want it everywhere. And I don't think anything is close second. But correct me if I'm wrong, Peach.
Well, also, how many people post to just one social media website? I just use Facebook. Well, no, you need the Facebook, you need the Instagram, the X, some other sites as well. So yeah, the more you get your message out there, the more people you're going to reach. And yeah, I have heard a lot of rumblings about Chirp. I do have a couple of audiobooks I purchased a couple of audiobooks on iTunes, but we had some people asking us about Barnes and Noble, and also Authors Republic wouldn't be offering a lot of these secondary sites if they weren't growing, to be honest. That's how I feel. So
Yeah.
a lot of people I feel like are fed up with the system. They're fed up with Amazon. So yeah, why wouldn't they go to these other sites as well?
Yeah, to me, I think it's easiest to just go to Amazon and click buy for the audiobook. but I still listen to audiobooks on YouTube, right? They're free ones. There's a ton of free audiobooks on there. So I think it's smart to go everywhere. We just had an individual who asked us like, hey, why can't I control the price on Amazon? Well, you can only control the price on Authors Republic and those other sites. Amazon keeps a control of it based off of the length of the book. So you should have went to Authors Republic, right? And I think that if you're smart, get it everywhere. Use Authors Republic. Don't just use one, because who knows? What if eventually Chirp takes off? What if the algorithm pushes one book over another? Be everywhere.
Yep. Cut out that middleman. Be everywhere.
Yes, sir. So Nina, thank you very much. You agree? I'm with you. Your book is, I think you're set for January 15th. I think Jake Penny might be still on here. But Jake Penny was like, hey, can I do January 14th for the bestseller push? And I was like, oh, man. After I talked to you and gave him a confirmation, we're like, oh, shoot. Nina was scheduled for that day. Oh, we got to move Nina for the 16th. So you're going to be ready,
Yeah,
both of you in January.
I got that message. That's fine. You know, as long as it's mid-January, I think it'll be fine. No worries.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I want it everywhere. We've been, kind of talking about it on all the platforms, not doing the push, but talking about getting people interested. I have people asking me about it. So that's just good. I like to hear people asking me about it. When's your book coming out? When's your book coming out? January. I just say January.
2025. You're going to be a bestseller in 2025. Just tell them that.
Exactly.
Love that pencils down feeling. I keep saying that. Pencils down.
Yep, that's what Peach always says. Get it done. Pencils down. By the way, Ashley was messaging you, Nina. Yep. So if you guys look at the chat, Ashley was just saying a couple things there. Thank you for doing this Zoom about audiobooks. Any chance for Orion Theme Park Adventure to do audiobook? That's a kid's book. You can do it. Yes, you absolutely can. Peach, do you want to pull up on Amazon? Just take a look at it. Do you want to you want to jump on this video, and do you want to just, I just want to talk to you. I know you have the kids book. In my opinion, do kids listen to audiobooks? I don't know anything about kids. I barely know anything about beagles. So do kids listen to them? You can still do it.
Actually, according to that Audio Publishers Press, that first source I had, I'll see if I could pull that up. I closed out of the PowerPoint presentation. But yeah, children are a growing consumer of audiobooks.
Yeah, from my kids, I'm to give you, my kids are listening to audiobooks right now. All of them on their phones. They're like 9, 10, 11. They're just like audiobooks, and the schools are accepting them with audiobooks.
So yeah, I guess I'm completely wrong. They are listening to them. Holy smokes. Yeah. So 9, 10, 11 kids are picking them up. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, Mike, absolutely. I mean, my kids have listened to audio CDs like for a bunch of different topics. You and I discussed this yesterday. I have just a collection of probably 300 different CDs from all different walks of life. And I think the parents that are looking at education, that are kind of sick and tired of the same old things that haven't worked in 50 years, are looking at different sources to help open the horizons for their children to listen to different things. So I can't remember the name of the gentleman that just told his 9 and 11-year-old kids, but kudos to you, man, for number one, promoting that to your children, but also opening that door for them, because if you just go to the random books that McGraw-Hill publishes, no offense to McGraw-Hill, but my gosh, in my opinion, there's an agenda there, and there's also a very huge monopoly that kids aren't getting exposed to the real stuff that we all on this call are like, geez, I wish I would have learned that in school. And that's where they're going to be learning it, from stuff like this. So I think as you bring content out, you do need to be thinking about, okay, I'm going after a 35-year-old guy. He's got a 10-year-old kid. What can we bring to the table for them with regards to the topic that I'm discussing?
True. And car rides with the kids. I mean,
just getting ready to say that.
A father who's into personal development, who wants their kids to learn the right stuff, will put it on a car ride. So it makes a lot of sense. And I think your bestseller push is scheduled for January also. Is that right, Ann? Well, you're muted.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet which is the date.
Yeah. So Ashley, I don't know if you've scheduled Anne's book for her bestseller push, but I know we had a great conversation about the kids' book. So yeah, I think it's smart to do it. I think it'd be pretty easy. Do you agree with that, Peach? Do you think it could be done pretty? I mean, these are probably what, maybe 1,500 words or less for a kid's book.
I say just about. Stephanie Blair says in the chat, Yodo and Tony Box sell audiobooks. Big market for the little ones. She's an art
Wow.
teacher. She's a friend of mine. So yeah, she has her finger on the pulse of these sort of things. So
Stephanie Blair is a friend of yours?
yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so do it. And
Yeah, I would recommend it. Yeah.
wow, I never even thought about that. That's a smart move.
And
And
talk to y'all again about
yeah. So
yeah. So schedule a call with me and Ashley.
okay. Peach, do you want to just put the link in, because you would have to send over the Word document to, or the document to I think it's a PDF. From what I remembered, maybe I'm wrong about this. Your kid's book was uploaded already. Did you upload it as a PDF? Oh, I'm sorry. You might be muted there.
My book is on Amazon.
Yeah.
So the actual format.
Yeah, the format. If you have only a PDF, a lot of people give kids' books only in PDF form. Ashley's a magician about getting the PDF into a Word document. There's a couple programs that do it. But yeah, we could take it no matter which file it's in or what type of format,
PDF.
we can get the file.
It is in PDF.
Yep. So, and I don't know if you're looking at the chat there. There's a link you can schedule directly with Don Parker. If you ever hear me say Peach, that's his nickname. He's been known as Peach his whole life, I believe. So Peach is what we call him. And so you could schedule with him directly, or if you're already in correspondence with Ashley, just message her. Please email regarding bestseller when you want it, and if you want to go forward with an audiobook, you want us to do it, or if you just want to do it yourself.
So talk to Ashley then.
Yeah, so I think step one would be schedule your bestseller push. And then step two, depending on when you want to do this audiobook, either schedule with Peach, or you could just send her the file and then she'll send it to Peach. So it's up to you.
Okay. How to do it. All
Yeah,
right.
regardless, we'll get you in the queue. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We won't forget you. Man, I'm telling you, Anne twisted my arm. When we were on a sales call, I was like, we don't do kids' books, bestsellers. Sorry, Anne. And then we started talking. I started really liking her. And, I was like, all right, we'll do this for you. So you twisted the arm, man.
Oh, dear. Hopefully it does well.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, I got a bolt, but I wanted to share this with you real quick. You know, you and I had a great call yesterday. We're talking about a book coming out on discipline, and I was telling the guy who was coaching me this morning at 5 a.m. about what I'm writing. He's like, oh, and he showed me this quick clip from a guy by the name of Jesse Itzler. I'm sure everybody here has heard of him. I've never heard of him before, and I'm reading his bio like just whatever. It's just mind-blowing. But he said 18 minutes a day. If you can discipline yourself 18 minutes a day to a task for a year, you will be more proficient than 95% of the world in that particular task. And I'm going to be adding that into the book that I just went over with you. But when you think about that, just that small sliver of time, 18 minutes a day to whatever task you want, whether it's exercise, reading, writing, whatever, you'll be more proficient than 95% of the world in a year, which I thought was amazing. So I just want to share that with you and everybody on the call, because you guys are all awesome people, and I hope you all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, just think about it. If you're in, what do you call that, car university, or I forget what they call it, a transportable university, listening to a book on a certain topic for 18 minutes a day will be such a booster to your career, right? You'll be more well-versed in that topic, that you can hold a conversation when it comes to whether it's the financial markets or personal development or fitness. So, yeah, whether it's writing audiobooks or just listening to audiobooks, the key is basically constant development. And it only takes 18 minutes a day. Jesse Itzler is a genius, by the way, too. Smart dude. Yeah, he created like eight different companies. They're all $8 billion.
Yeah. mind blowing. Yeah, mind blowing. So that's all good. So hey, I hope you guys have a great day and a great Thanksgiving, Mike. Thanks for this call. Look forward to the next week in the future and exciting stuff. So you guys take care.
Thanks, Dave. You'll
Yeah,
be
you
working with
too.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Ashley's going to be sending you the book, so don't worry.
Sweet. Thank you. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Have a good one.
So there we go. Stephanie, any questions? Thanks for being here, by the way. Pate,
Yeah, that was
I'm going to
amazing. Thank
message
you.
you afterwards. I'll be able to tell you what we can offer you. Guys, Pate Muse's book. Where's he at? Right here. The Determined Life bestseller. I got it before the logo was added. Oh, by the way, yeah. So congratulations, Pate. I heard Amazon finally approved it because this life right here was blocked. All right. And so Amazon was having a big hiccup on that, right? And they finally said yes with the logo and all that. So congratulations. The logo is now being added. Ashley was excited. She messaged me right afterwards. There it is. Yeah, Eli.
Listen.
Yeah, dude.
Man, when she called me this morning, I said, "My God."
I heard
So,
you were
yes,
pumped,
I am.
man.
I am thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I just want to come over here and just tell you guys thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Dude, did you see Eli holding the book up? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Look at the camera.
Yeah, I'm
Eli's
buying all
got-
of them.
Eli, where are you located? Are you
Oh
Florida?
man. Come
Eli,
on.
where are you
I'm
located?
State College, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh,
All right. How awesome is that, dude?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. So this guy, Mr. 245. Mr. 245.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations, man. You're marketing it really well, by the way. So guys, check out his book. Fast read. This will probably take you 60 minutes max. Not even 45
It's a flight.
It's
That's a flight right there.
Anyways, so the audiobook, I'll let you know what we could do. That's a shorter book, 12,000 words, really fast. Peach, we'll come up with a great number for him, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
So let me know if there's anything I can do for you, Pate. Ashley loves working with you. She's like, every time I talk to Pate, he's always excited about things. I actually like talking to Pate.
I appreciate you guys. No, yeah, just send me over that. And I appreciate it. And yeah, no, I enjoy it. Like I told her yesterday, I said, look, it's not that I don't enjoy talking to you, but look, we're gonna talk on a little better terms.
Yeah. As soon as we got over that hump of the price of the book and all that stuff, basically we're doing a bestseller. We're doing our 368th bestseller push right now. I think it just hit number 1 about 30 minutes ago. It's called help me out, Ashley. What is it called? It is what is it? It is Insider Secrets to Selling Your Business. And right now it's a number 1. So 368th bestseller. And so, people are always like, wait, why don't I just price it at the very highest on the day of? I know I'm going to get the sales. It goes against our flow. We know we're going to be able to get the sales with our network. Even if you just don't even show up, we'll get you the bestseller push, bestseller logo. So even this individual right now is like, let me set it to $20. Let me go in there and fix it. No, just for one day, price down low, and then the next day, raise it up high. Hello again. So sorry. Can I have Ashley's email again? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you got it, Ash. Look at you. All right. Ashley is, she's alert. She's awake on this Friday. I like that. She knows that we need to help her move. That's why she's definitely on our good side. We need to help her move this week. So, all right. iPhone. Do you have any questions? You've been sitting there in the stands. If you need anything, I'd love to be able to answer any questions regarding either the book creation process. Peach is here when it comes to audiobooks, publishing, marketing. I'm opening the floor for anybody. So, Skylar is jumping in a little late. So, Skylar, you're going to have to watch the replay. Or if you want me to start all over again. Peach, you okay to just start over?
Yeah, I got the time. Let's go. Let's do it.
Skylar, you're coming in a little bit late, and hopefully you didn't get the text message late, but we just kind of ran through the entire audiobook process. If you have any questions, please hit me with some. This is Peach, Don Parker. Rob, did I miss anything, by the way?
No, man. Peach, you did an awesome job.
Oh, thank you. I had a lot of help. I mean, Frodo wouldn't have gotten very far without Sam. So thank you very much to everyone for their help. Yeah.
Yeah. So Peach he's a ring announcer, and this is I mean, I don't know how I find these people. They're all over,
Oh,
but I got a ring announcer for wrestling. We met at a wrestling event. We worked on this book together. He invites me to his wedding, and we've been friends ever since. And then we just send pictures of Stone Cold Steve Austin and wrestlers from the late '90s to each other. So,
that was a good
yeah,
time.
he's a perfect addition to the team.
You
So,
know, very thankful to be here. This answered a lot of prayers, actually. I love doing audiobook. I love the medium of audiobooks. And we talked a lot about, you know, the self-help and the biography and memoirs. I can't wait till we start diving into fiction. I really can't. I mean, I mean like if you don't understand like how cool an audiobook can be, Jurassic Park. That's my recommendation.
so listen to the
That
audiobook of Jurassic Park. You've been telling me that for about 4 months now. I've
it's
yet to do it.
so good.
I'm not a fiction guy. That was the biggest difference between me and the girl I used to date. She liked fiction. I'm a nonfiction guy. If it doesn't help me with my life, I don't see the benefit of it. But maybe I'll change my mind after listening to that.
Good fiction has like a moral behind the story, not in your face politics, but like it gets you thinking. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like a personal favorite of mine was Starship Troopers. I thought it was way different from the movie. There were only two battle scenes in the book compared to the movie, but it just brings up a whole bunch of interesting topics. It's controversial, but it's very interesting. Get you thinking for sure. The Forever War, that's really good. Ready Player One,
Ready
all
Player One.
fiction, but they all get you thinking about life.
We have there's a message here. Skylar, I know you came in a little late, or maybe you came in and then had to bounce and then came back in. Do you have any questions? You want to jump on the camera? I know you have a question here. Listen to graphic audiobooks or anything from the Dresden Files audiobooks. Do you have any questions about creating an audiobook or anything that we can help you out with? And if not, no worries. Nope. Okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what
And,
was
and the
good?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what's really wild is whenever I first brought this up to Peach, I said we had an individual who was our audiobook lady, and it just didn't seem like there's something that really meshed well with her. But whenever we brought it up to Peach, like, oh man, I want to work on audiobooks. Like he loves this stuff.
Yeah.
So we found a guy who actually enjoys going through, and it's for free education, I guess. Anybody who
That
does
too.
a book with us, he listens to the book all the way through. He has to. And so if your book is 4 hours to listen to it, he at least listened to you for 4 hours. I would probably say 6 to 8 hours minimum because you have to listen to things twice. But still, he gets to know you well. And it's pretty wild
Yeah,
how he's like, man, have you heard about this on this chapter? And I'm like, no, let me go back and listen to that book.
it's really cool. You know, the first one I did was the Creative Deal Maker by Carl Allen. And well, he wrote that as a novel. So that was super interesting to begin with. And like there are characters and there are character developments along with telling you not only how to buy, but also to sell a business. I thought it was the idea of that alone was tremendous, but listening to it, I feel like I just learned so much from that. Just
Yeah, it's
learned
it's
so
written
much.
in a way that it's like Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? It's a
Yeah.
story based off a true story, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, I know where you're like, dude, check this. Did you read this chapter? And I'm like, no, I actually didn't read that chapter. So, but I have to listen to it now.
Yeah,
And that is,
so good.
it's amazing how many things you catch more through audio than reading, by the way. It's really, really wild. If I listen to it, I think it sinks in more.
Yeah. I
So,
I, I
I'm gonna
feel
have to.
like
What's that?
oh, go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, when it comes to like, I, when listening to audiobooks, I attach more like emotion to it. I can remember where I was, what I was doing when I heard something really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I think it depends on how you learn. I think most people either learn by doing or reading. I learn by listening. I know that's how I learn. So that's why I make sure I listen to podcasts or audiobooks on every one of my runs, and I run usually about 5 times per week for 5 miles. So 45 minutes of just alone time. Ashley's always trying to message me about work. I kind of shut off all the messages until that run is over, though. So, all right, guys. Skylar, if you have any questions, this will be a recording. It'll be evergreen. We're going to put it up on the Facebook channel, Never Say Die group, if you guys are a part of it. I'll also blast it out in email, most likely on Monday. and it'll be within the group, which is Mike's circle. So everybody I think has access to that on here. If not, you'll get an email and you'll just
Yeah,
see it.
usually I see it on Facebook. That's when you see a book, I go to Amazon and buy it right away. So I just don't know if I'm on the right place when you're trying to push a book.
Oh, the email list is probably the number one, but number two is Facebook group. So you see it on the Facebook group?
And through you.
Oh, okay. I'll invite you to the Facebook group then, for sure.
Yeah, that way I could see, because some of the books you're saying, I'm like, I don't even see them coming up. Only whenever.
Oh, you might not be. You don't see it on the email list then, huh?
I'm just saying some of the books you said I haven't seen, or like the ones you're like trying to make bestseller. I don't always see them. I just want to know if I'm on
Yeah,
it or not.
what I'll do is let me just double check. You should be on. Maybe you're on a different list, but sometimes people get tagged and we don't send to certain people with tags. But I'll double check that. Email is number one, and number two is the Facebook group. So I'll make sure you're invited to that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you being here, Eli. We hung out at Universal Studios. I'm sure you're going to be heading back March. I think it's when the next event, March or April, somewhere in there. But we're going to be doing another marketing universe. So hopefully you come back for that.
I'm excited.
So, yeah, Eli met the team, Ashley, Rob, and Nate. So if you work with us, Peach is the one guy. He was supposed to come to Marketing Universe. The downside was it was his anniversary. So it was either go to Marketing Universe with us and get divorced, or
that was not an option. That was not an option.
It was his first year anniversary. So that ain't happening. Yeah.
Should have brought her there.
Yeah.
I offered. Yeah. She's like, no, not the first one.
Can we go ride Spider-Man rides with the team? No, it's going to be alone time, right?
Have you been on that ET ride? It's so weird.
The ET ride broke down when we were on it. What a piece of garbage. But I guess it's like the oldest one there, so it's a classic.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you guys want us to do an audiobook for you, just schedule with Peach. Peach is the audiobook guy. The link is in the comments there. He is the go-to person, and he is there for you. I'm obviously available. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. But if it's audiobook related, I just let him deal with it because it is pretty damn time-consuming. And so he loves doing this stuff. He'll dive into it and fix it. But he takes a look at it, gives you the price and all that, and he'll handle everything from start to finish. So Peach is the man, and I got to run. I have another call here. Actually, I'm 2 minutes late for. So if you need anything, let me know. Thanks so much. Can we do it before the book comes out? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If your book is already uploaded, right? Everybody knows that it's uploaded on Amazon, but not many people know the bestseller push is scheduled for January. You absolutely can, Nina. Never even really, usually it goes Kindle paperback, bestseller, then hardcover, then audiobook. But if it's already distanced out to January, Peach, we could get it started at least, right? Because it takes 60 days. Yeah.
We can most definitely get it started.
Yeah. So reach out to Nina if you want to schedule a time. But yeah, that might save you a little bit of time because we did a book for a guy named Michael LaFido, bestseller, and his audiobook didn't come out for 90 days afterwards. I think it's still in the queue. So some people don't like that wait. Now that does work well for you. If you're thinking of distancing it out the bestseller push in January, start the audiobook process so it kind of falls right behind it. It's a good idea.
Can you start both? Like for me, can I start both of them at the same time in a sense as they're being like finalized, and it could start already that process?
No, the book would have to be written and then handed off to Peach. So if the book is done, but it's just not scheduled for the bestseller, that makes sense. But if it's written halfway, now you're at a start and stop with Peach, and that will just really mess it up. Because imagine if the book's not totally published yet, you may change chapter 1, which means you have to redo chapter 1.
Yes, it's like making a movie without a script, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah. So schedule time with Peach, guys. If you guys need anything, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And after my meeting, Pate, I'm going to send you a message, okay? Good stuff. Thanks so much, guys. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, man.